Welcome back, YouTubers. This is Omar from Near Mint Condition. Today we're going to look at what's inside of the Legionquest oversized hardcover and whether you're going to be double dipping, triple dipping, and honestly if you even need this book or not. So stay tuned. This overview shouldn't take too long, mainly because I know what I was buying ahead of time, and I just want to save people the time and trouble of looking up what's in this book, and honestly money in case you don't need it. So what is Legionquest? This has nothing to do with the Legion omnibus that came out last year, or the TV series, other than the fact that David Haller is in it. Legionquest is the actual 6-part series that led up to Age of Apocalypse. 5 parts of it were already included in the Age of Apocalypse omnibus, so if you own this, you know that Legion travels back in time to try to kill Magneto and accidentally kills his own father, therefore causing the Age of Apocalypse. That's really what Legionquest is. So how in the hell did they make a huge book out of this? And why is it $75? Well, that's more of my fault, or people like me rather, completist. So everything kicks off in the Age of Apocalypse with Uncanny X-Men 320, which is honestly the first part of the Legionquest. And it goes through 321 and X-Men 40 and 41. And all ends in cable number 20. However, there was another issue beforehand, because David Haller, Legion, had been in a comatose stage after the Shadow King saga during the Muir Island War. And that was in issue of X-Factor number 70. But he awakes in X-Factor number 108. And that wasn't included in here. So Marvel decided to release this trade paperback about 4 years ago. And in this trade paperback, they decided to collect a lot more than just the Legionquest stuff. They decided to collect some of the X-Men comics that were just dangling there that hadn't been collected anywhere else. But they also included X-Factor 108 and 109. So what is the difference? Well, other than size, which you could clearly tell right off the bat. This is your standard trade paperback, and this is your oversized hardcover, which is the size of an omnibus, honestly. And I'm really surprised they didn't decide to call this an omnibus. Well, maybe that saved us about $25. So, what is the difference? Let's see. The new hardcover collects Uncanny X-Men 318 to 321, whereas this one here, the trade paperback, collects 319 to 321, and it also collects X-Men 38 through 41, same as this, nothing's changed. X-Men Unlimited 4 through 7, which is not included in the trade paperback. X-Factor 107 through 109, and this just collects 108 through 109, and Cable 20, as well as X-Men Annual number 3, which I guess they needed to just dump somewhere. This collects the Age of Apocalypse Ashcan edition, which is really nothing. It's just like a preview of what the Age of Apocalypse was. And honestly, this trade paperback is probably one of the worst trade paperbacks I own. Mainly due to the paper quality. It's got that newspaper style of paper quality. And that was kind of unheard of at this time, because most of these books were being printed in that slick, glossy paper that we are used to. So I'm glad that this is being replaced by this. So let's look at this really quick and get this little overview over with. So now that you know, unless you're a completist, what you're getting out of this book. So the inside, that is the cover to X-Men 40. And that is where Legion awakes in X-Factor 108. Now that's new, because that's a Joe Madureira picture and an Andy Kubert picture. Somebody used some magic of Photoshop there. And table of contents. Kicking it off with X-Men Unlimited 4, one of those orphan issues, as we like to call them, just because they couldn't stick it anywhere else. And X-Men Unlimited 5, with some Liam Sharp artwork. The dude was always good at drawing huge characters. This looks like Roger Cruz, because he always looked like a poor Jim Lee and a poor Joe Madureira. Yeah, that is Roger Cruz. Yeah, this is stuff in the 90s that hasn't been collected in oversized hardcover, or for that matter in any trade paperback ever. It's got some pinups, And then it's got X-Men Annual number 3. Let's get the cover really quick. Okay. I think that's Gene Ha. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Gene Ha does the art in this. And the art is actually pretty amazing. Tom Lyle. Some more pinups. This looks like an Uncanny X-Men issue. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's through... Oh no, it's X-Men Unlimited number 7. Okay. With the externals. Who recently came back in a crappy issue of Cable. And there's X Factor 107. This has actually nothing to do with Legion Quest, except for the very, very, very last page, I believe. And honestly, nope, it does not. It just continues into this. And this is the page I was talking about. This is where Legion kind of wakes up. There's Legion's mom, and there's Legion, which leads to 109. Oh, okay. Sorry, so the back cover is actually X Factor 109. X Factor 108 is where he wakes up. And here's 109, and this leads to the Legion Quest crossover, which, if you own the Age of Apocalypse, you already know what this is. And I'm sure it's going to end with Cable number 20. Yeah, by Ian Churchill. There's that classic picture where the X-Men are about to be swallowed in by the Mcron crystal. And more pinups, which I'm always happy to have from, you know, the Marvel swimsuit magazine special. And covers without the actual titles, some wizard covers, and the collected edition of the gold. That's how they were originally printed in trade paperback, with this kind of gold chrome to them, and this is the Legion Quest. And that's it. To quickly sum it up, if you already own the Age of Apocalypse omnibus and are completely fine with just the little 5-part lead-in story to see how this world came to be, stick with that or the trade paperbacks that came out a few years ago, because they also include the Legion Quest storyline. If you own this Age of Apocalypse, prelude to Age of Apocalypse, burn it and use it to keep your family warm. I'm just kidding. Give it away or sell it, because you probably need it replaced by this. This is the superior version. Because if you had this, then you know you're an X-Men completist and you want everything in collected edition. And that's why this makes a better collected edition. Oversized hardcover pages, a lot of issues that were never collected before, slick pages, and you could probably get it for a discounted price instead of $75. And that is pretty much that. Thank you for joining me. This was Omar from Near Mint Condition, and if you like this video, please don't forget to hit the like button. If this is your first time watching our channel, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this. If you want to see more comparison videos, let me know, and I will be happy to, especially if they're X-Men related, because that's kind of more my thing. And don't forget to check out our weekly show that comes out every Thursday, where we talk about anime, comic books, manga, video games, and toys. Thank you very much, and I hope I was able to talk people into either keeping their trade paperbacks or their Age of Apocalypse omnibus, or perhaps even buying the Legion Quest hardcover. And don't forget, if I left anything out, please leave comments down below. Have a great day.